What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Saturday morning Madden Sims. I'm currently covered by this guy over here. Say hi to everybody. Who, for some reason, wants to be on my lap to look out the window. Okay, now he doesn't want to be. Why don't you get down? Get down this way. You can go look out the window over there. Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a happy Saturday morning. Lovely fall morning where it wasn't 30 degrees in the morning, which I was appreciative of when I was taking that big man out this morning. I don't have an intro today. I'm sorry. I don't. It's been a while since I've been on stream. Since, I don't know, when was it? Wednesday? It's not that long. But hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your weekend. Big sports day ahead, obviously. A lot of college football, but I think most in Michigan are excited for 1:08, I believe, p.m., which is the first pitch of Game 5 of the ALDS, which I'll certainly be keeping an eye on while I'm catching up on chores. Saturday's chore day for me because it's really my only day off, except for this. I always make room for this. But anyways, if this is your first time here, we're doing a Madden simulation, which is basically what it sounds like. We're going to fire up a game of Madden 25. We're going to try to set the lineups as close to as what we think they're going to be on Sunday. And then we're just going to let the computer face off against the computer and see who wins. Now, if you've been here each of the first 4 weeks of the season, you know that Madden has correctly predicted the loser of each game, in that the team that wins the Madden sim has lost the actual game every single time. All 4 games that we've done. Obviously, you guys didn't get to see the Lions Seahawks one because the stream pooped out after halftime. I don't even think we got to halftime. I can see everything, Zen Master. I see you. I see Twitch. I now have a chat log that combines them both. I did clip the hair yesterday. This stash is not the one that you'll be seeing next month. But it is coming back next month, which is a good reminder, everybody, that Movember is coming. And if this is your first time with the Pride of Detroit family, Movember is the month that we raise money for charity. I've pretty much picked out who we're going to be working with this year. Now it's just a matter of getting everything together. We're always looking for help and support from anybody. So if you guys want to get involved in any other way beyond just giving money, that includes maybe some things we can auction off. If you have something, if you want to, if you own a business and you want to be a business partner of our charity drive, please contact me in any way you deem fit. Twitter, you can email me. All that stuff is available on the website. Or if you just want to be a supporter, just sit there and wait, and there'll be plenty of opportunities for you guys to support us financially. If you want to just share our streams, things like that. But we're already in the midst of planning phases, and I'm excited of what's to come because we might have a little bit extra in what we haven't done before, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. If you haven't been around for one of our Movembers, they get pretty wacky. Your donations can be used to make us do very silly things. We've written on our face whatever you wanted us to write for a while. I've eaten crickets, disgusting jelly beans, cracked eggs on my head, cracked eggs on the head of our guest in First Bite was something that happened. And I can also announce now, because I've gotten it okayed by my bosses, First Bite will be returning in November for the live audience. That has been something that we've recorded behind the scenes the past month, but we're going to be allowed to live stream those again. Again, those won't be available on replay on Twitch and YouTube, but they will be live streamed during the month of Movember. So that's going to be a lot of fun and plenty of content for you guys as well. So before we get into the Madden Sim, one thing I like to do is check in on the latest Madden Sim ratings, or the latest Madden ratings. Boop. So for some reason it says week 4 ratings. I think they've just forgotten to update this part of the website, but it does look like these ratings are reflective of the Lions' last game. Aiden Hutchinson now up to a 93, and I believe he started below a 90. Let me double check that. Where, launch ratings. Yeah, he was an 88 at launch. He's already up to a 93. Crazy. Let's go back. Kyle D was great. Taylor Decker up to an 87, which is nice. I don't remember what he did specifically in the last game other than knock 4 guys down on that Montgomery play. Look at that. Jared Goff is up 3 spots after his perfect, quote-unquote, perfect game. Where did he start out at? 82. So he's just gone, he's plummeted, 79, and then up to an 82. Interesting. Okay. I'll allow it. It kind of follows how his season has gone. Kirby Joseph now up to an 80. Another 3-point bump for him. Where's he started out? 77. So has he just been a 77 each week? 77's a little low for him. I'm glad they bumped him up. Honestly, probably a little bit better than 80 to be quite honest. Kind of surprised JMO doesn't jump up after his game. Is that it? Is that all we're gonna get? Oh, we got a 2-point bump from Coyote after filling in. Okay. I mean, he should be. He should be a little bit higher. All right. That was less exciting than I thought it was going to be. Kirby should be, an 85. That sounds more like it. All right, let me fire up the game. I did update it last night. Did I do it this morning? I don't remember. I think I did it this morning. Will Decker or Skipper get a trick play this game? Ben Johnson have something sneaky dialed up as a nephew to the NFL and Cowboys? I don't know, man. Like, that's been the question that every Lions fan has asked this week. And listen, if you guys are all expecting that and wanting that and hoping for that, don't you think the Cowboys would be a little hip to that? Doesn't it seem a little obvious? I understand like how satisfying that would feel as a fan, but I feel like it's a little too obvious. I feel like you can't do it. I mean, Skip's going to report as eligible a bunch, but that's just because the Lions should run the ball a crap ton. And he's going to come in as a jumbo linebacker probably like at least 15 times this game. So I don't think he gets thrown a pass. But he's going to be in the game. I do expect him to be in the game a lot, and that has nothing to do with the Cowboys other than the fact that they're not good at stopping the run.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Look at you guys being good partners, recognizing my haircut. I call you a partner because, listen, we're in a relationship whether you want to admit it or not. All right, let's pull up Madden. Boop. Jeremy, did you get a new webcam? No. Nope. Same webcam I've had since the beginning, really. Someone was just asking me what webcam I'm using, and Logitech like 720, does it say on here? I don't know what brand, what number it is, but no, same cam. Maybe I'm lighted a little bit better. Maybe if you're a First Bite watcher, I'm certainly more well lit than I was there. All right, let me double check and make sure because I tried to update the rosters this morning and then it told me I needed to, and then I did. All right, I actually messed around with the depth chart this morning, and so it might already all be fixed, but we're gonna go through them anyways. So the Lions don't have any injuries. They could. So that's not completely true. Obviously, Christian Mahogany has not been taken off the NFI list, and he's not listed it in the depth chart yet here. But Kirby Joseph was dealing with a hamstring. He was not given an injury designation. Frank Ragnow, despite the partially torn pectoral, is off the injury list. He's good to go. So we don't have to change anything with the Lions lineup. We could try to guess what the elevations are going to be this week. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if they don't have any elevations again. Quite honest, I don't have any inside information. But when I asked Dan Campbell this week, why do you still have the empty spot on the 52 roster? He was just like, we just kind of like the flexibility that it gives us. If we need to sign someone to the 53, we can. But because you can elevate 2 guys from the practice squad each week, you don't necessarily need to do it. You don't necessarily need to commit to that spot with one player, because when you elevate from the practice squad, they go all the way back to the practice squad after the game without going through waivers, without having to cut them. Whereas if you sign a guy to the 53 and then you decide we don't need him next week, you can't cut it. I mean, you can cut him and try to get him back on the practice squad, but that obviously opens him up to getting claimed or getting signed or all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of an interesting strategy. I think it's almost, while I don't necessarily 100% agree with it, I think it's a byproduct of this new elevation practice squad thing that's been happening since COVID. And it works for them. And I get it, I guess is the best way to put it. So I don't know if we'll see a guy elevated or not. I don't really have a good guess. Like maybe they elevate one of their edge guys. I followed up with Campbell and asked about Ukwu and Agude because those are two guys that I think we thought were pretty close to making the 53-man roster. And considering the injuries at edge, maybe those are one of the guys that gets the call up. He basically, he didn't really sound like they were going to do it, but he also said, if we need them, I am perfectly comfortable playing them. So it's possible. So I'm just going to not adjust the Lions lineup this week because I think we're good. I think we know what to expect. The Cowboys, on the other hand, have a whole bunch of things going on. Offensively, they're relatively healthy. No quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Obviously, they lost Brandon Cooks to IR, but he's not in the lineup. You can see he's down here. But Jalen Tolbert has been playing pretty well as their wide receiver too. I don't think there's a huge step down, even though you're looking 82 to 74. And Turpin, decent slot guy. He's obviously more well known for his kick return, punt return abilities, but someone to kind of look out for. The big question for me was whether Zach Martin was going to play after missing the first two practices, but he is good to go. He's excellent, 97 overall, which is crazy. Defensively is where things get a little crazy, and in fact, it has saved the changes that I've made at least a little bit because Marshawn Kneeland is not available. So maybe I messed up. Micah Parsons is out. Marshawn Kneeland is about to go to IR if he's not there already. That's the problem. They're already DeMarcus Lawrence is already on IR. So we are gonna let's do that. So yeah, they're missing three guys: Parsons, Kneeland, and DeMarcus Lawrence on the edge. And then at linebacker, oh, I didn't save. I thought it did. Oops. And we can't bring Eric Kendricks because he is also out. All right, there we go. So no Mike Parsons, no Eric Kendricks. Nick Vigil is also questionable. I don't get a good sense that he's necessarily going to play. We can put him in just for now. We do know that Eric Kendricks is out, though. That's kind of the more important one. Eric Kendricks, fantastic linebacker. It's very clear why he's with the Cowboys because Mike Zimmer is their defensive coordinator. Eric Kendricks spent a ton of time in Minnesota with Zimmer. They know each other well. Kendricks knows the system well. Him being out, I think, is huge. Almost as big as Parsons being out, honestly. So don't overlook that. Overshone has also played very well as a young, developing linebacker. He's been particularly good against the run, but he's starting already. All right. At corner, another one that we kind of have to watch. So Diggs is okay despite dealing with an illness. Kalen Carson returned to practice from IR last week, did not play. I think he's probably more in line to play in this game. The question is whether Deron Bland is going to play, who returned to practice this week. I believe he was practice, no practice. That tells me he's either going to be active but not start or not going to be active this game. I'm kind of leaning not active, which would be a bummer for them. You know, he's a guy who had a crap ton of interceptions last year. They haven't had their starting two cornerbacks in a game yet. I think maybe we just make him active but kind of put him down here. I don't know if anyone has a strong opinion on that, but I think Diggs and Carson are probably going to be your starting corners. I think that makes most sense. We'll keep it that way. Malik Hooker's good to go. Donovan Wilson. Now let's check sub packages to make sure those aren't screwy, which they will be. Kneeland, like I said. out, so let's take him out. Parsons out. That's good. Kendrick's out. Sure. Great. Bland was full practice, no practice, no practice? Really? I thought he practiced on Thursday. That's crazy. Anyways. All right. Jordan Lewis, very good player. All right, I think we are caught up. Yep, Brandon Cooks is out. He's on IR. So he's not even available here. You can see him down there. You do not want to see me play this game, Michael, I promise. I mean, maybe you do. But I can't say that I've played a full game of Madden in 15 years. Yes, please. Great. Okay, let's get to it. So, you know what? Chad, I think we have to discuss something before we get too far into this, because I don't think I ever closed down last week's prediction. Let me double check. Because obviously we went off stream there. My channel. Can I do this from my phone? I don't even know if I can. It's too late, Sweaty Doofus. The buy's already gone. I don't know if I can do this. No, I can't do it from my phone. All right, I got to pull it up on. This is going to screw up the stream. It's going to get overload my computer. So it all I guess, I mean, I think we have to still cash out the prediction from last week as it played. That probably ruined everyone's streak because I was going on and off. There you go. What is happening? So last week, when we ran the Madden Sim, the stream kind of crapped out. I ran the game anyways. The Lions lost pretty handily to the Seahawks. Let me see if I've cashed that out. What? I have to do it. I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? You know what? I think it voided. Because it says the last one was Lions Cardinals, and it doesn't say end prediction, it's a start prediction. So my bad. I think it's fair, but I'm sorry to those who may have picked the Seahawks. So we'll have to start a new one. We'll do that in a second here. But we got some Joysies to pick. All right. So I don't know how these rankings work. If they adjust based on how I adjusted the lineup, it doesn't seem like they do because it says Micah Parsons down here. But it's technically an 88 versus an 88. I don't think I ate all the channel points. I think it just refunded to everybody. All right, so we know the Lions are wearing all white uniforms. Do we want to just go with that? Whoops. Or do we want to make it our own? Oh, wait. Oh, it's Gray Pants. Where are the... Where are the whites? Is that white? I guess that's the white. Why does it look... I mean, that's clearly not the same color. Sorry for making you look at butts. Am I going crazy? Oh, there we go. Okay. Whew. Thought I was going crazy for a second. All whites with a new helmet? Let's turn him to the side. Hold on. What do we think about the new helmets with the whites? I don't know. It looks pretty weird. For some reason, it doesn't seem like the helmet and the shoulder stripes match. Yay or nay? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of no's. Okay. We'll just go normal away helmet. All right. All right, what do we want for the Cowboys? So I guess they're not wearing. They can't be wearing the white tops, right? If they must be wearing, because there's no way the lines would be. Are they going this? What's their color rush? They can't. They're definitely not wearing that. I mean, they could be wearing this, but even this seems like it's a little too close. Are they going with their... I thought they normally wear their whites at home, so that was kind of... I was a little confused. We're going to go this instead? Okay, I think this makes the most sense. Do they have any... I just... For a second, I want to see if they have anything weird in their history. And that's a little weird just with the red stripe on the helmet. They've basically been the same for 70 years. All right. Let's just go away. This is what they're wearing? Wait, what's the custom away different from the home away? Or current away? I don't see anything different. Okay, great. It's the same. All right, we'll just go with that. All right, let's run a prediction here. 8-minute quarters. It's a 4:25 game. 4:15, close enough. Do we want a commentary team in particular? I don't see a Tom Brady option. We'll just do random. All right. I think we just go pick them here. They're both 88s, but I can't imagine the Cowboys are an 88 with the lineup that we have. Who wins the Madden sim? You're going to get whoever the randomness gets. All right, we're going to make it very easy for you guys. It's a pick 'em in the Twitch chat. If you're on YouTube, my apologies, but part of the fun of Twitch, you can come over here, be a follower on Twitch. You can gamble channel points, which channel points can be used to make us do silly things or get Zazu on stream or make us do list casts, all that sort of fun stuff. But they only allow you to do channel point gambling on Twitch. It doesn't cost you anything. You get channel points just by watching. All right. There you go. Exhibition. Yep. We always do exhibitions. All right. The predictions are up. If you're on Twitch, it should be at the top of your chat. What's happening? I'll get to alerts while... What is happening? Why is everything overlapped with each other? You can't even see what I'm doing. I'm trying to pull up the prediction so I can see who's betting on what. Get started, sure. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. You can't even see that yet. All right, we'll get to that. You guys can see the percentage points of who's a lot of money on the Cowboys, including 200K from Krolik. All right, let me get to some alerts here. State Nate, thank you for the 46-month subscribe to the channel. Holy cow. Appreciate all the support through almost 4 full years at this point. Das Gib, 36-month subscribe to the channel, says, let's go Tigers and Lions. Heck yeah, brother. Woodchuck Hunter, 26 months, says, entering the 3rd trimester tomorrow. My son will be here just in time for the playoffs. I can't tell if you're talking about your Twitch sub or in real life. Either way, congratulations is in order. Appreciate you, buddy. Crimson King, 16 months subscribed to the channel. And Shredder's Rage, 15 months subscribed. Who's got 100K? Celestial Soldier, 100K on the Lions. We're about even in channel points here. Exactly even in the amount of people who have voted on each side. Payout's a little bit better for the Lions right now, but we'll see. There's an not safe for work. It's blocking out loins. I can see you typing in loins. Real baby. Oh, dude, congrats. That's awesome. I'm going to have a New Year's Day baby. Are we done? Oh, submission's closed. All right. 54% of the channel points on the Cowboys, 46 on the Lions. You love to see that. Why is that? Wait, am I not seeing every... Oh, I'm not seeing the streaks on my other chat. Thank you, Contra, for the 3 stream streak. January 5th due date. There you go, right around New Year's. All right, let's get back to the man thing. I'm going to move over there. I moved over here. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's get this thing underway. Woodchuck? What happened? You were too busy talking with me to gamble? All right. Here we go. Maybe. Hopefully the stream does not die this time. What's up, Matt? What's up, Goof? Sorry, Goof. Boo. Yay. Yay. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Guys, are we yay or nay on the Jared Goff chance at other Detroit sporting events? Are we over that? I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Is it still cool and fun, or is it like, all right, come on. Let's not chant Jared Goff in the MLB playoffs. Kind of over it. Like, listen, if the Red Wings and the Pistons still suck, fine, do it. Don't do it at a baseball playoff game, right? Like, I think we can all agree on that. There's loud and proud at the Wings opener. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I don't have Bally Sports. I know there are some workarounds that I'm going to look into. But I really wish YouTube TV would just pick up Bally Sports. All right. Dallas getting the ball first. Lions last week, if you're... Oh, whoa, that was a really short kick. Look out. Good returner. Nice tackle there. Is that James Houston with the tackle? But last week, or last game, the Lions took the ball first, which was interesting. And I, in my chat with RJ, I believe the Cowboys are also taking the ball first recently. So I have a feeling whoever wins the toss on Sunday is going to take the ball first. Monty deserves a chance. Dude, Monty's been a beast. 3 syllables is perfect to chant, but, like, can't we, like, what's a good Tigers chant? I mean, when did Let's Go Tigers go out of style, right? Like, we do that with the Red Wings, right? Let's go Tigers, let's go Red. It works. Look at Alex Anzalone bringing down the running back. Is that Ezekiel? Is he starting for them? He is. Wonder if we should have changed that. We probably should have. 3-yard loss to start the game. Quiets the crowd already. Ooh, I do love the eat 'em up. Eat 'em up, Tigers, eat 'em up. It's a great one. It's a very, like, old school sounding one, but I love it. Going right back to Zeke, and there is just nothing for him there. Kirby Joseph, one of the few in on the tackle, setting up a 3rd and long right out the gate. Cowboys, interestingly, trying to establish the run when there is no run to be established against this Lions defense. Cowboys came in here with one of the highest rates of passing the football, but they're trying to send a message, I guess, in this first drive of the game, but it hasn't worked. Lions are going to be able to pin their ears back here. Intercepted Jack Campbell! What a play! right in the rushing lane, elevated off his feet, and picked off Dak Prescott on his first pass attempt of the game. Look at Jack Campbell, and now is he getting picked up? What? If this happens tomorrow, I'm going to lose my mind. Carlton Davis picking up Jack Campbell. Look at him drop back into coverage. What a play. You love to see it. Thank you for the follow, Prawn Larry. Welcome to the Pride. Dan Campbell, I'm just saying, hey, Jared Goff, you know that end zone? Why don't you throw it in there? So I think Goff has to go 7 of 7 or 8 of 8 to start the game to set a record of most consecutive completions. Obviously, that's strung along 3 games because he finished the the Cardinals game with only 1 completion in a row. Add that to the 18. So he's currently at 19 in a row. I don't know. The record is somewhere like 25, 26. Oh, Cowboys sending the blitz. Lions are ready for it. Little hot route to Brock Wright, who's breaking his tackles all the way down inside the 20, and the Lions are already in the red zone, just 1 play into the drive. I'm starting to get... Was that Laporta? That was Brock, right? I didn't mean to do that. That was Brock, right? But they were congratulating Laporta there. It was weird. Oh, here comes the blitz, and Goff this time not able to escape it. Liufau with the tackle. Well-timed blitz, and unfortunately for Goff, he kind of ran right into that one. 6 for 6, ties with 4 quarterbacks, 7 of 7 breaks. There you go. Jay-Z with the fact check. I love it. Okay, it was 89. All right, that's what I thought. I just saw them celebrating with Sam Laporta on the last play. It was weird. That's a big 9-yard loss. As Lions now back at their own 28-yard line. They're going to run some play action. Interesting choice all day for Goff. No pressure at all. He's going to throw this one. Finds an open Amon-Ra down inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. How do you leave Amon-Ra that wide open? And he is cheesing out there. That's a 24-ish yard gain. It's the Lions' 1st and goal all the way down to the 2. Wide open and a beautiful pass there from Jared Goff. It's now 2 for 2. 2 for 2. 5 away from the record. How do you feel about the Lions defense after watching the Seahawks have some performances since playing the Lions? Yeah, it's something to think about. I'm more intrigued. There you go. Monty's just going to walk it in. He just dives right into the Penei Sewell's back. Easy score for the Lions, and he's going to drink in celebration. Take a bow. Yeah, I honestly, I'm a little bit more interested in what it means for Seattle's defense, because I thought the fact that the Lions were able to hang 42 on what looked to be a really, really good Seahawks defense through 3 weeks, suddenly the shine has been taken off that a little bit. Not a ton. The Seahawks are still holding up, but not great. I thought San Francisco kind of had their way with them. A couple of San Francisco's drives were aided by uncharacteristic interceptions from Geno Smith, but I don't know. It's a good question. You never want to play the transitive property too much and be like, oh, well, actually the Seahawks stink because they lost against this team and this team, and the Lions should have beaten them by 2 scores. It's not really how it necessarily works. Certain teams match up better with other teams. It's not necessarily a sign of overall value, but it certainly is interesting that the Seahawks are 3-0 going into that game, and now they're 3-3, and so the perception of the team is certainly different than when the Lions were playing them. But I still think the Seahawks are going to be a relatively good team. I do. My main takeaway from that game, though, is anyone who counted out the 49ers after 5 weeks, made a mistake. I think the 49ers are too well coached of a team to let injuries completely sink them. It's obviously going to take some time to adjust without some of the guys that aren't in the lineup and might not return to the lineup, but they're good enough to be an NFC contender. And they will be again this year. Geno didn't play well, although on the second interception late in the game, I did see a replay that showed that, I can't remember, I think he was going to Metcalf. Metcalf kind of like, it was a crossing route, and then like all of a sudden he kind of cut up field, and Geno threw him as he was going to continue his crossing route, and it's hard to blame Geno necessarily on that unless, I don't know. You never know with those situations where it's like there's clear miscommunication. You never really know who to blame. The game was super painful as a Metcalf owner. He had like one really big play early in the game though, didn't he? Little play action from Dak as he finds his receiver down across the 50-yard line into Lions territory. Don't know that. Oh, that's Tolbert, Jalen Tolbert. Oh, he caught. Did he fumble again? Metcalf? Obviously fumbled in the Lions game. Oh, he had 2 TDs called back. I embarrassingly fell asleep in the fourth quarter of that game. I'm getting old, man. I don't like staying up for Sunday night, Thursday night, Monday night football anymore. Oh, you're just referencing the Lions game. Okay. Alex Anzalone there with tackle after Ferguson gained 5. Cowboys starting to drive after a very unsuccessful first drive, but they've just been doing kind of what I expect them to do in the real game, which is kind of abandon the run and just throw it a million times. Yeah, Jalen Tolbert he's not bad. Oh, there's Alex Anzalone, breaks through, and with a huge sack, puts him in a long 3rd and 14. But yeah, Tolbert. So I was talking with RJ Ochoa on First Bite, if you missed it, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's never good when one of your top players gets injured, but giving Tolbert more opportunities has proved to be a relative good thing for Dallas. So he's not going to be an easy matchup for Terrion or Carlton or whoever lines up against him. I'm very interested to see how the Lions kind of tackle. Oh, we got a deep shot. Hold on. No! He caught it! He came down with it. Is that CD? No, it's Tolbert. A jump ball. 50-some yard touchdown. Who was it in coverage? It's essentially a Hail Mary. Look at the guys who are just standing there. Branch is a little late to get there. Oh, it's a Meek. Damn, such a good defensive start. And then you just give up the big play. You can't give up those explosives against Dak. Has Aiden had a sack all season yet in these sims? I can't remember. I think he's had 1 or 2. What were we talking about? Tolbert? Were we literally talking about Tolbert and then he scored a touchdown? Oh no! I was gonna say I'm interested to see how they handle CD, because he travels in the slot so much. If I had to guess, I kind of think they're just gonna play more base defense, and when CD moves to the slot, they'll just have an outside corner move out there with him. Man, I hope the Lions win big on Sunday. I live in Texas. Everyone in my family and most of my family are Cowboys fans. Yeah, I can imagine why this game means a little bit more to you. All right, let's see how the Lions respond. Started with the short field and quickly scored. This time they're going to have to go the length of the field. They're going to start on their own 27 after the kickoff. But Jared Goff, 2 for 2. Can't forget 5 more straight completions. He sets a record. Are we doing this play? Do it. Do it. Do it. I think he's doing it. We couldn't see. Where is he? Oh, he's over there. Now I can't see him at all. Oh, did they show McCarthy? There's a long... Oh, God, he's doing the waddle motion. There's Monty breaking a tackle. Breaking a second tackle. That is the most realistic thing I've seen out of Madden in a while. Monty breaking 2 tackles on the way to a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. I randomly came across a YouTube video analyzing Wingo's play so far, and damn, he looks surprisingly great so far. So, if you were watching the midweek mailbag this week, we were watching... At the very end, we were just watching... oh my God. Is that Overshown just laying... Oh, Clark, I don't even know who that is. Absolutely laying out Sam Laporta, but not before he picks up the first down. But we were watching James Houston clips, and during one play, we're like, who is this guy that just drove the lineman literally like 7 yards into the backfield? And we're like, man, that has to be Aleem. That has to be someone. And like, we zoom in and it's Mekhi Wingo, and you're like, holy crap, dude. I do think Mekhi is playing well over expectations. In fact, I was on the radio yesterday. I occasionally make appearances on Western Michigan radio on the Huge Show, and he asked me, who's the rookie of the year for the Lions so far? And I'm like, well, I mean, really the only candidate is kind of Terran Arnold. He's the only one that's really in a starting significant offensive or defensive role. But then I'm like, I kind of want to say Mekhi Wingo. Like, he's been playing really well in, a relatively small role. But, like, his overall play relative to his position has been pretty good. Obviously, like, there are concerns about his run defense given his size. But I like what I see out of him so far. I'm intrigued. Oh, look at the mobility. He's got an open receiver wide open. That's David Montgomery. 30 yards downfield. What is that? I want to see a replay of that. Jared Goff sees the pressure, immediately escapes to his right, throws across his body, and while he's getting hit, finds David Montgomery on the wheel. What a crazy play. What? I've never seen anything like that. And the way that Goff got out of Goff had wheels there. He got out of the pocket in a hurry. That's a huge third down play, and the Lions are knocking on the red zone here. Lions got a couple tight ends. They're going to send Laporta in motion. Here comes another double A gap blitz, and Goff can't get away with this one. Another big sack there. Oh, Overshown doing the little bait. You can't do that against a quarterback. Oh my, the Jared Davis Ezekiel Elliott wheel route. That's bringing up some rough memories there, Tactile Puma. This is a very aggressive Mike Zimmer defense so far. That's got to be like their 4th or 5th blitz already in this game. Putting the Lions behind the sticks here. At this point, maybe you're just thinking field goal, but maybe a chip away at it with this play. 2 tight ends in the game to Jared Goff's right. You got David Montgomery in the backfield. J-Mo and Amon-Ra. Little play action. Plenty of time for Goff again. It's going to throw deep into the end zone. Jump ball, and it's Amon-Ra double team. That one is knocked away. Almost intercepted by Kalen Carson. That's going to set up a 3rd and 20. From here, it'd be about a 48-yard field goal. Be a 49-yarder in real life, but for some reason, Madden only had 7 yards when it's 8 in real life. But let's see if Goff can make it easier for Jake Bates. Snap out of the shotgun. Looking. More time. Going to fire down the middle of the field. Finds an open receiver. I believe that's Jamison Williams inside the 10 for a first down. 1st and goal, Detroit at the Cowboys 6-yard line. This Lions offense has been clutch on 3rd down so far. It's really interesting. We've seen the Cowboys blitz a lot on early downs. They've been giving Goff a lot of time on these 3rd downs, though, and Goff has made him pay for it. Goff back to pass here again. Pressure coming at his back, but he finds a receiver, and I believe that's Brock Wright down all the way to the 1-yard line. Has Goff thrown an incomplete pass yet? Oh, he did. He threw the deep shot. I don't think he got his record. But the record is secondary as the Lions are threatening to retake the lead here. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, 20 seconds left in the first quarter. They're going to spread it out wide. 3 wide with Sam Laporta also lined up wide. Gibbs in the backfield. They'll give to him. He'll cut upfield, dive for it, and he's in. I thought maybe he fumbled the ball. Kind of a dangerous dive, but he's in. He's doing whatever that dance is, and the Lions are up 13-7. Oh, no, not everyone. He just bowls over the defender. Look how quiet the crowd is. Did I turn the announcers completely off? I don't hear them at all. That's fine. Who needs them? You got me. Jeremy, the Lions have a lot of good players who are free agents next year. Who should they bring back? Good question. I just submitted a mailbag. I don't know if it's up on the site yet. If it is, it went up at 10. Because someone had asked, and understandably so, like, hey, are the Lions ever going to make like a big trade at the deadline for a blue chip player? And my answer was like, look at the guys that they need to resign. Look at the guys that are already in the top 5 in terms of like salary at their position. There's already like 5 of those guys. There's a list of probably like 15 regular contributors that I think we all would categorize as at least good that are going to be free agents in the next year or two. So do you have room for a $36 million receiver in Devontae Adams? Do you have a top-of-the-line contract available for who's the guy who's still sitting out? Hassan Reddick. I think the answer is no. Thanks, Jay-Z. I heard a Cowboys guy say they don't have kicking advantage because Bates can make it from 60 yards too. That remains to be seen. All I know is that if I'm Dave Phipp, my strategy on kickoffs is boot it the hell as far as you can. Take the 30-yard touchback every time. The Lions are winning in the Madden sim, 14-7. As you can see right there. Trey Hendrickson would be interesting for sure. Dak back to throw. Going to check it down to CeeDee, who breaks the tackle, cuts up field, and works his way all the way down to the 47-yard line. That looked like more of the 48, 49, but I'll take it. Oh, getting into it with Carlton Davis. Yeah, Crosby would be a pipe dream, but I don't see that happening. Plenty of time for Dak on the 3-man rush. He's going to try to run, and he's not going to find any open space. Josh Paschal is there to take him behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to flex on that Dallas Star. Okay, he's not really on the Dallas Star, but let's pretend he was. Woodchuck under 100-bit says, Decker takes the handoff. What's this? He's looking to throw. He has a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Dan Skipper. Ben Johnson, I love you. No shot. No shot, but that would be amazing. What are your thoughts on the lack of catches from Gibbs so far this season? It's a little bit surprising, but I think I've mentioned this a couple times on the podcast. I think their plans for Gibbs in the passing game were, everyone's doing the like too short celebration. I don't like it. I think they had much bigger plans for Gibbs lined up out wide in training camp, and then he missed so much of training camp that they're like, all right, we got to scale this back. Let's just focus on what we know he can do, and maybe as the season gets on, we'll see a little bit more of him lined up out wide. But yeah, I think it was just a matter of he wasn't there when they wanted to work on that sort of stuff, so we aren't seeing as much. Like, even so, like, I still am a little bit surprised that, just things out of the backfield, routes out of the backfield, we're not seeing more of it, but a little surprising. But it's 4 games into the season. We'll see how the offense evolves in the final 3 months of the season. Lions get a punt, and that one's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Lions will start on their 20-yard line. Speaking of big receptions from running backs, Dave Montgomery, who had a 40-yard reception in the last game, follows it up with a 37-yarder in this one on a crazy wheel route third down conversion. Let's see what Jared Goff and the offense has in store this drive. 2 drives so far, 2 touchdowns. And remember, they didn't start with the ball either. So if they can get a score here, go up 2 scores, then get the ball back to start the second half, that's a big advantage. They're going to start with this one on the ground. Gibbs with a spin move! What a crazy spin move! Gets all the way to the safety level. Can't make that guy miss, but picks up 14 to start this drive. He just exploded through that hole. You got Dan Skipper in the game next to Taylor Decker there. They'll send Sam Laporta on the waddle motion. Hand it off to Dave Montgomery. He's going to make a guy miss. Shakes him down. Breaks a tackle. Gets all the way down to the 49-yard line. And this Lions rushing attack is moving right now. What a run. This Gibbs-Montgomery combo proven to be a little trouble for Mike McCarthy. Is that Mike McCarthy? Do you guys remember like 2 years ago when we had Mike McCarthy in this game and he had 0 whites in his eyes? We were going to make that a meme or an emoji, and then we forgot. Montgomery breaks a tackle in the backfield, but 2 guys meet him at the line of scrimmage, and he gets blown backwards. Nothing doing there. Trayvon Diggs in on the tackle for a 1-yard loss. Really the only unsuccessful run play so far for this Lions offense. That's an interesting idea, Phoenix. I wrote a little bit about my thoughts on Rakestraw in the mailbag that just went up. I do think he's an option in the nickel. Goff just going to throw this one away after standing in the pocket there, finding nobody open. Did it go up already? It did go up already. It really does seem like either Madden has worked on their simulation programming or the matchup is just a light up. Madden can't fake it for Dallas. Maybe. All right, but there's a big down here. 3rd and 11. Lions have been fantastic on 3rd down so far. They're going to send a blitz here. It's a screenplay. That's a good call against a blitz. Can Montgomery break enough tackles to get a first down? No, he cannot. He'll get down to the Cowboys' 46-yard line, setting up a 4th and 4. Now, what would the Lions do here in real life? 4th and 4, up a score. Do you play the field position game and try to pin them deep? You probably don't try a 64-yard field goal, or do you go for it? The Man Lions have chosen to go and punt the ball away. I actually think the Lions might follow suit there. I think what they would do is they'd probably go out there, line up like they were going to go for it, try to draw them off sides, take the delay of game penalty and punt. But they could always go for it there. But they don't here, and Jack Fox pins them at the 13-yard line, and that's where the Cowboys will start to try to tie this ball game up. Cowboys have had 3 offensive drives so far. First one ended in a pick, second one a touchdown, a long touchdown at that, and the third one a punt. Let's see what's in store here. Cowboys going 4 wide here. Lions will answer with a 4-man front, and they'll send both linebackers on a blitz, but Dak gets it out quickly, finds Tolbert for an 8-yard gain up the middle. Lions answering the Mike Zimmer double-A gap blitz with a double-A gap blitz of their own. But the one thing about Dak and this Cowboys offense so far, the one thing that they have been successful at is getting the ball out quickly. You saw it there. 2nd and 2 for Dak. I almost said Goff. He's going to check this one down, hit his tight end in the flats. Terrion Arnold there is to push him out after a 3-yard gain, but that'll move the chains. 3:55 left in the first half here. I think they would only attempt a 64-yard field goal if it were the end of the half. I agree, Twinewinder. What's up, Akumizer? From Panama. Dak gonna hand this one off. Not a lot of room there to the edge as Ezekiel Elliott is pushed back by Jack Campbell. Again, Lions are doing everything they possibly can to make this Cowboys offense one-dimensional. I know we all love Jamal, but the decision to go with Montgomery over him has probably been the best one this decision. Yeah, and it's weird because it probably never happens if Jamal accepts a fairer deal. Prescott going to run. He's going to try to make a move. And Amik Roberts says, no. I don't think so. Tackles him after a 9-yard gain. Anzalone looks like he's holding his arm there. Don't love to see that. Takes his helmet off. Clearly frustrated on the sidelines. Montgomery trying to cheer him up. Lead to a 3rd and 1 here. Pretty big play here as we get towards the end of the first half. But yeah, just to go back to Jamal, like the Lions wanted to bring Jamal back, and I think his agent got a little greedy. But if he had accepted there are reports out there that, oh wow, Lions were not expecting the run there, and Zeke is running wild there, wide open, picks up about 10, 15 yards there, picks up first down. 3 minutes left to go. The Cowboys are on their own 47. But yeah, I think there are reports out there that the Lions offered Jamal a contract very similar to David Montgomery's. So if he accepts that deal, David Montgomery isn't even here. But I would say the Lions did more than okay with their plan B. I have not seen the University of Arizona kicker, T-Rav. Little play action there. Dak throws it over middle. Bullet and hits his receiver in stride. Is that, what's his name, the kick returner guy? Turpin, it is. That's a big gain, about 30 yards, down to the Lions' 27-yard line, and the Cowboys are in field goal position as we inch closer to the 2-minute warning here. I guess that's Mike McCarthy. That's a terrible Mike McCarthy, trying to get him to the line quick to run a couple plays before we get to that 2-minute warning. Lions might be wise to use some timeouts here to save a possession of their own. But in the meantime, Dak looking back, throws, finds his tight end, wide open. He's down inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Is that Ferguson, who had beaten Kirby Joseph, and Branch is kind of getting in his face now, shoves him off, and the Cowboys are 1st and goal from the 4 at the 2-minute warning. Lions rushing some players around here. 1st and goal from Dak. He's going to throw, find an open receiver, and touchdown Turpin. Cowboys an extra point away from tying this ball game. Just a quick crossing route. Carlton Davis tried to jar it loose with a hit, but did not get a hand in on there. A little too easy. Kind of a pick play there a little bit. Davis just kind of tried to throw a shoulder into him, hoping to jar the ball loose, but doesn't. And we're an extra point away from being tied here, but the Lions have a chance for back-to-back possessions here. They got all 3 timeouts, 2 minutes left here. Then they'll get the ball to start the second half, try to regain that lead and add to it. I do get it, Hunka Chunka. What is turpentine? Is that just like a cleaning agent? Right? That's what's it made out of? Or is turpentine what it's made out of? I don't know. What's the worst decision made by this regime? Ooh, of all time in their first 3.5 years here? That's a really good question. Paint remover, that's right. Paint thinner. Is it just like alcohol? Like rubbing alcohol? We're getting off topic. What is Brad Holmes' worst decision? Or you said regime. It doesn't necessarily have to be Brad Holmes. Like, I mean, you could say something. And this seems cheap, right? Like, oh God, I can't think of his name. Who's the offensive coordinator in year 1? I can't think of his name. You could say hiring him, but Prater, not re-signing Matt Prater. That's a tough one. Anthony Lynn, that's right. Cam Sutton, in retrospect, looks pretty bad. If trading a, what was it, 6th or 7th rounder for Trinity Benson is the worst move from this regime, they did okay. Down the sidelines, finds Jameson Williams, who makes the catch, absorbs the hit, stays in bound, but all the way down to Dallas's 35-yard line. Let's talk about the Prater move for a minute, because I was pretty upset in the moment. I've brought it up several times since. I will say there was at least some merit to their decision then. You know, he was asking for, I'm sure he was asking for a lot of money. He deserved a lot of money. The lines were not. Oh, look at J-Mo out of the backfield. Was he out of the backfield in motion? Beats the guy to the edge, gets out of bounds, and just like that, 2 plays in, the Lions are in the red zone. J-Mo being big. Yeah, exactly. They're in the middle of the rebuild. Why would you pay a kicker now? In retrospect, the amount of money they have since spent trying to find a kicker, it's kind of been about how much they would have ended up paying. It was a 5th for Trinity Benson, is that right? Dang. J-Mo again! Catches it up the middle, sprints forward, and down inside the 4-yard line. Now the Lions got to be careful to not score too quickly here. 3 plays to Jameson Williams. Yeah, I was going to say 5th sounded way too high for that. 7th makes more sense. Line smartly running a lot of clock here. Down to 40 seconds left in the half. Goff back to pass. Looking, he's going to take a sack here. That is the one thing you can't do. Now, you got all 3 timeouts, so you're not going to run out of clock here. Goff getting into it with Williams. But now it's going to be 2nd and goal all the way back in the 14-yard line. I believe that's the 3rd sack Goff has taken today already. 5th and 7th? A 5th, and they got back a 7th? Chat, get it together. Goff going to throw this one over the middle. Who else? Jameson Williams. He fumbles the ball, though! Graham Glasgow, pick it up. And, man, I wish he could have picked it up and run, but I don't believe you can pick up a fumble and advance it in the final 2 minutes of a half. But if that had happened 2 minutes earlier, we'd be celebrating a Graham Glasgow touchdown right now. So close. 5th and a 7th and got a 6th back. Okay, that still is more than I remember. Tyrell Williams was a bad signing. Yeah, they were taking shots in the dark back then. And it's hard to... I mean, he got a concussion in week... What was it, week 1 or week 2? Never played again? That's tough. Lions will just throw that one away, settle for a field goal here. Probably be happy to take a 17-14 lead into halftime, though. Clip that for Graham. I know that so many. Yeah, they're. And listen, I think I get it late in the game. Like, you don't want teams purposely fumbling late in the game. Although, now that I think about it, it's interesting that you're allowed to lateral it a bunch, and if a lateral hits the ground in your little pitchy woo-woo to end a game, isn't that technically a fumble? But you're still allowed to advance that. How does that work? Am I tripping? Am I missing some part of the rule? I don't know. I'd have to dive into the rule book. By the way, Batman the Hulk, thank you for the 47-month subscribe channel. Says, to be honest, I wish there were different jersey combos for both teams in this game. Yeah. Why does he keep kicking it so short? Like, they were not... They weren't doing that in the first 4 weeks we did this Madden sim, right? Has to do with whether the ball moves forward, not from the point of the fumble. So you're saying if on that last play, if J-Mo had fumbled it backwards, that Graham would have been able to pick it up and score? Because I feel like that's not true. Maybe it's true. Maybe I don't know. I thought you can't advance. Maybe it's a red zone thing too. I don't know. Do the Tigers win today? Listen, I'm not a baseball guy. I could probably name 3 Tigers. So don't use me as a source of information. But I will say, it has not been wise to bet against Scooble, right? That's all I'll say. They changed the rule to avoid purposely fumbling forward while being tackled. Backwards fumbles can be advanced? Okay. Was that JMO fumble forward? I don't know. I don't know. Either way, I know there's something regarding that rule. Predicting baseball games is tough. Yeah, I would never bet on a baseball game. The show 25-7. You think I got the show? The fumbler is the only one who can advance. Oh. Okay, that makes more sense. Is that a forward fumble or any fumble? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a dive into the rule book after this, just out of curiosity. I love diving into the rule book. I find the nuances of the rule book fascinating. It was forward? Okay. So maybe that's it. A forward fumble only the fumbler can advance? All right. Lions trying to double up on those possessions. Goff, back to pass, throws a contested catch, and that's Tim Patrick going up and getting it. That's exactly what they brought him in to do. And did he just throw a punch? It looked like he just threw a punch. Look at him. Is that Diggs? No. Who's 2? 6 is Diggs, isn't it? Or maybe 2 is Diggs. The rule states whatever doesn't benefit the Lions. Forward or lateral can't be advanced. All right. This is a pretty good sim so far. Dave Montgomery trying to get to the outside. Gets a little bit there. They'll call it 3-yard gain. Gets to right at midfield there. 2nd and 7 for the Lions. Will Lions kick off inside the landing zone or in the end zone more during Dallas, considering Dallas has a good return? I would imagine they're just going to boot whenever they haven't allowed many returns all season. I don't see why that would change this week against a good returner. Backward passes do not apply to the fumble. Look at that huge hole for Montgomery. Down inside the 45-yard line all the way down to the 41. First down, Detroit Lions. Backward passes do not apply to the fumble rule. Okay. It's interesting because you get into a little bit of like a hairy situation is what's considered a backwards pass and what's considered a fumble, especially in those little pitchy woo-woo plays where teams are, players are kind of like, as they're coming down, they're like doing this sort of stuff, just throwing the ball behind them. It's a very fine line between a backwards pass there and a fumble. What's up, Ruby? Shout out to our good friend, Mrs. Ruby, streaming again. Some very fun exercising streams, treadmill streams. Almost has me motivated to get on my treadmill. Almost. I'm so close. Which is why I'm asking all the prying questions of the benefits that you're getting. Meanwhile, Jared Goff going deep. One-on-one coverage. Did he get both feet down? He did. Jameson Williams having a monster game. And he's, oh, God, don't throw it at the photographer. Careful. Let's see this replay. Does he get both feet down? I think they're going to close up. Does that right one get it? Oh, it just barely gets in. That's good. That's a touchdown. I think he hit that photographer. J-Mo. What a monster game for him so far. I'd love to, oh, they're going to review it. Here comes the home cooking, chat.
The previous play is under review.
Boo! Boo! Okay, you only showed the second step. Oh, had possession? One step, two step. That's a touchdown. If you overturn this, I'm throwing my computer away. Talk it over. Give it to me.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Yes. Great call, ref. And with this extra point, lines are going to go up 24-14. What haven't I learned? Gmo didn't report. I hope we win controversially just despite Dallas. That would feel... Listen, I wouldn't like it in the moment because I would love a very casual Sunday evening where I'm just like, Lions got this one in the bag in the third quarter. I know that's not how the NFL ever seems to work. You know, there's maybe one or two blowouts a week. But, yeah, like, I don't know, like a comfortable, like, I mean, give me what the Packers did to the Cowboys last year in the playoffs. Give me that game. Put the Lions in the Packers spot and just absolutely kick the crap out of them. I love that more so than winning with a controversial call. What's up, famous? I don't come in. Is Gate G is the one by like the parking structure, right? They upgraded my parking situation a couple of years ago, and now I come in through the gate right by the Barry Sanders statue. I don't remember what letter gate that is. Get him, Hutch! Get him, Hutch! There it is! There's your Aiden Hutchinson sack you were looking for. Defense playing a pretty good game. I'm not going to lie. Jalen Reeves may have been getting in Dak Prescott's face. There's a lot of, like, crap talking in these simulations. What are the chances the Packers finish last in the division? Nah, I think it's still going to be the Bears. Third, though, yeah, I mean, like, there are questions to me on both sides of the ball with the Packers, right? Jordan Love is not off to a great start. Their defense has been up and down. Certainly better than it was last year, their defense, but no, I think they're firmly third. It'll happen. It could happen. I've tried to get Eric parking upgrades. I really have, but Dak going deep. Nice pass break up there for Carlton Davis. That's a huge play. They put Davis out there on an island, trusting him against Turpin, and he comes through with a big pass break up there. So the way the parking situation in general works is, you know, there are a lot of publications that have 2 or 3 reporters working for them, and their primary guy gets the good parking spot. The other guy gets the not so great parking spot. I've really tried to get Eric into there, but it's not really how it works. Look at Jared Goff, 14-17, 258. That is a very high yards per attempt that I'm not going to bother trying to I'm not going to pick up Eric. He lives further away from me than Ford Field is away from me. He's like double the distance it takes for me. If he wants to drive all the way to Ipsy, I'll gladly ride with him. But that's going to increase both of our commutes by double, at least. You know, I kind of forgot to take pictures of the gathering, Shanked. We had a picture at the very end with some of the staff that was still around. that's floating on social media somewhere. But even some of the staff had left by then, so we missed about half the staff in that picture, so I feel bad. I'm really bad about that. I'm not the Mr. Let's take a picture guy. I don't want to say I'm Mr. I'm living in the moment, and that seems... I'm not trying to take the high ground there. I always forget to take pictures, and my mom always gets really mad at me when, like, you know, we went to New Orleans last year, me and a couple buddies, and we had like 2 pictures. Like, oh, I want to see pictures of you guys. I'm bad about that. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it up to the 49-yard line. You know what? You guys have made me self-conscious. You guys, you Twitter people. That interview I did with Brad Galley, which was a really cool and fun interview, and I thought it was very nice of Brad to even want to interview me. But considering he's like 6'4" and I'm 5'9", it turned out to be a net negative because all you guys just commented on my height. Here's the thing about the get-together, Karen. My mom showed up from Florida at the get-together last Sunday. That's how much she loves me, and I love her back, to be very clear. It was a complete surprise. She flew in just for that, just for the... Well, I mean, she obviously spent the rest of the day with me too, but... Oh my gosh! Amon are wide open, turns on the Jets, down inside the 10, all the way to the 6-yard line. My goodness, this Lions offense is incredible right now. Listen, this is fun to watch in the moment, but this could mean very bad things for tomorrow if the pattern continues. Also, I should also point out that I am the tallest one in my family, my immediate family. Taller than my dad, taller than my mom, taller than my sister. My mom's like 4'11". I'm 5'9". I for real. I'll pull out the tape measure. Oh, Montgomery! Bowling over defender. Still only picks up 1 yard on the play, but what a run. Yeah, I am the tall white sheep in my family, so I don't even have like this Napoleon complex. I feel like, I've got the strong genes in my family. That said, my brother-in-law, who's sometimes a Twitch watcher, his whole family is pretty tall. Montgomery walks it in. Lions up 17 points if they get this extra point, and it is just a dominant performance in a way that we very, very rarely see on these Madden Sims. Wait, what? I don't know if my mom knows who you are, Rufy. No, 6. I don't keep a tape measure in my room. I said I'll go get it. Stop being weird, Woodchuck. I see what you're trying to do there. I have told my sister about your streams, though, Mrs. Ruby. I think my sister knows who you are. Stop it. Stop. You guys are ridiculous. You really don't think I'm 5'9"? You're acting like 5'9" is towering. I'm 5'9". You guys are crazy. I'm down to 160, though. I weighed in under 160 for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I've been able to maintain that. I want to get down to 155. And it's not for any other reason other than I just want to see I can do it. I don't really care about my weight too much because why would I? 5'9", but it's 2 separate measurements? What do you mean by that? Yeah, 5'9" is very much. Hey, Ken Brown from WJR in the YouTube chat says, I can verify 5'9" for Jeremy. Exactly, Ruby. I know you were kind of talking about that today too. Small hands. Wait, is that must be some sort of quote from something? Is that like a? Is that God, what's it? Yeah, 5'9" is average. I know. There's this standard, this beauty standard that you have to be 6 feet or taller. Ken's a tall drink of water too. To be clear, there's so many tall guys on the Lions beat. I'm just now putting this together. Lions meet at like. I mean, I'm trying to think of everyone in there who's pretty tall because there's a lot of them. Like Kyle's relatively tall. Ben's a gentle giant. Galley's huge. Risden too, yeah. Dak's panicking a little bit there. He does get the ball away and it's caught. 6'4", dang. I'm aggressively average in a lot of things on Kachunka. And you know what? I used to think that was annoying. I kind of think it's a strength. Like, it's honestly, I think that's the reason why I won the sports combine thing. Is like, I'm just so average at everything. I can throw the ball. I can kick the ball. I can catch a ball. Fine. Like, I would say maybe even a little bit above average. But I'm not, like, great at anything. I was a pretty good tennis player. I played on the high school team. I'm an okay golfer. I'm an okay disc golfer. I was probably below average at hockey, but I loved hockey. I love roller hockey. I can't ice skate worth a damn. But man, I wish roller hockey hadn't died in Michigan. I played it all in high school and a little bit in college. Then I went out to LA for 9 years. Played a little bit out there because they actually have outdoor courts. And then when I came back, like all of the indoor hockey places had turned into indoor soccer. Anyways, my little roller hockey rant. You know what? It just now hit me that I have broken a bone playing 3 different sports. I've broken my wrist, both playing tennis and hockey. The tennis one is embarrassing. I just stepped on a tennis ball that I didn't see and tried to brace my fall with my wrist because that's what you do when you're an idiot. Basically the same thing happened in hockey. I ran into a guy, tried to brace my fall with my wrist. Didn't work out. And then obviously the well-known broken pinky playing historic baseball at Henry Ford. Yeah? So when I played roller hockey here in Michigan, I was at the Wixom place. I only played for 2 or 3 years, and I don't know how well I got to know the opponents, but it was a handful of my high school buddies. I would definitely get called a China doll by certain Lions linebacker. Who was? I don't even remember who said it. Was it? Ooh, that is an impressive pass in between 2 defenders. That's CeeDee Lamb for the score, and this game ain't over yet. Ooh, I do not miss the smell of that hockey bag. Played for GVSU, then a couple of Detroit area teams. I did notably try out for the University of Michigan roller hockey team, and I was easily the worst person out there. I got peer pressured to try it by 2 of my high school buddies who were also trying out for the team, and they didn't make it either. But I was so bad. I can't skate backwards and stick handle. Was it Zach Follett? No, I couldn't remember if it was a linebacker or if I thought it was was it not Joseph Fourier? Maybe it was Follett. I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, I had no expectations of making the team. I think part of it was like I wanted some free ice time to play roller hockey. Ice time. Because that stuff is not inexpensive. You used to play fans with Zach Follett on Facebook. Here's a fun encounter with an athlete in college that I wasn't even part of. My roommate and good buddy of mine really loved Brent Petaway from the Michigan basketball team. If you guys remember Brent Petaway, he was like a big center type who like made all these crazy dunks back when I was in college. I'd be kind of surprised if anyone remembers him. But my buddy somehow became friends with him on Facebook and like, I don't want to say cyber stalked him because that's a step too far. But like, I think it was like then regularly aim chatting with him back in the day. And I thought that was super cool and also super funny and a little bit weird. But yeah, it used to be a little bit easier. I know what it's probably still as easy in like just sliding into athletes' Instagram DMs. Here, Georgia, that's right. We've gotten way off topic. I haven't even been paying attention to this game, and J-Mo is just taking it over. Still, 8 catches, 169 yards, and a touchdown for Jameson Williams in this game, as he is just unstoppable right now. Broken bone shutout. Good for you. Yeah, swimming is probably a good way to do it. How old are you, Zern? Those are... No, I've broken this. I'm just now realizing all of my broken bones have happened on my hands. Broken my wrist twice, my pinky twice. That's it. Is it this? Wait, this wrist, this pinky. 34 and good for you. Is that right? I think that's right. So you guys have just lived cowardly lifestyles. Is that what you're telling me? Kidding. I'm kidding. Relax. All of your toes? How? Montgomery going to try to bounce this one outside. Not a lot of room there. What? I snapped my wrist in an offensive lineman's face mask? Did it get stuck in there, or are you just like, you went high on a block, or what? I was trying to tell with tears instead of breaks. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I've gone through my fair share of those too. One fell swoop on the left foot. Shut it in a car door. Goff going to check this one down, and he's not going to get the first down. And Dallas is going to have an opportunity to make this a one-score game unless the Lions get aggressive here. Wiped out skiing 6 years ago. Fractured my pelvis and ribs. Oh, my God. First crash in 42 years of skiing? That sounds traumatic. You didn't have to get airlifted or anything, did you? Good for you, Akumizer. Oh. Got stuck? How does your wrist get stuck in a face mask? And he jerked it away. Oh, my God. That sounds also traumatic. Broke my collarbone sledding down a hill on a shovel. On a shovel? No. I never really messed around with winter sports. Never in ski club or anything like that. I did some sledding down the Ammerman Hill, if you know, you know. But I don't know. I don't know if I just didn't like the cold as much, or if I was scared of getting hurt. Just never got into it. Oh, CD went up and stole that one from Amik. What a play from the Pro Bowl receiver. Ears have 3 bones. Okay. I like that. Here's the thing, too, is like, I don't think it was... Oh, man. I don't think it's a thrill-seeking thing, a lack of thrill-seeking thing from me when it comes to winter sports, because I've cliff jumped twice. Almost hurt myself one time. In fact, there's video of it, and it's extremely scary to rewatch in retrospect. And I also want to I've never skydove, but I kind of want to. I kind of really want to. Has anyone in chat gone skydiving before, and would you recommend it? We made a man-made hill where I grew up called Tornado Hill made it from literal debris from a massive multi-tornado disaster in the 80s. Stuff started coming out of the hill after a while, and it was dangerous as heck. That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. Ooh, nice play there by Alex Anzalone to force the incompletion. Done it many times. I just need to find someone willing. I don't want to do it by myself. I have an old football injury. Went to the Vikings when the Vikings roof collapsed. Broke my wrist and forearm. What? Jeez. I don't have it so bad. Nice quick throw there from Dak to pick up the first down. Clock is going to run there, though. Just about a 5-yard gain from Ferguson. Brian Branch on the tackle there at midfield. Been skydiving, thought roller coasters were a bigger rush. Interesting. I haven't been roller coasting in a while. I need to go to Cedar Point. Who wants to go to Cedar Point? Pride of Detroit meet up at Cedar Point? Dak finds Ferguson again with Branch on him. This time about a 25-yard gain all the way down to the line's 25. Skydive in Hawaii. Highly, highly recommend. I'll skydive after my kids are all out of the house. Fair. Fair not wanting to risk trauma for your children. Although, probably still trauma if they're out of the house. Don't want to leave Luis to that. I gotcha. Do you want to go? You want me to go to Ohio? Oh, listen. Cedar Point is the only reason to go to Ohio. I think we can all agree to that. I have seen the George Kittle Amon-Ra Little Caesars commercial. My favorite part of it is when Amon-Ra goes, "Yeah, Kittle," just like the Kittle he throws in there. It's very well delivered by Amon-Ra. With everyone but you, Kittle. A lot of checkdowns here, but there's a lot of open space there for Turpin. He's all the way inside the line's 10, setting up a 1st and goal. 3:20 left. 10-point game still, but the Cowboys are making this a close one. Kite surfing. I've never gone kite surfing. I have done parasailing before, and that was okay. It was a long time ago, so I don't quite remember it, but I don't remember being blown away by it. Tyler Ferguson just wide open all drive, and now Cowboys looking to make it a 3-point game here. That Ed played on Twitch. We don't need to zoom in on his feet. He was very clearly in. Well. We got ourselves a ball game here. I know it's not the same thing. That's why it's got a different name. Parasailing, kite surfing. Parasailing's like you're just up there and kind of gliding the whole time. Kite surfing, you're like flying around. Like you're on the water, right? On kite surfing, it's the kite that's just kind of like propelling you. Parasailing, you're just in the air, hanging out. You ever been to the flying around one, parasailing? Yeah, you're just getting dragged by a boat when you're just way up in the air, just hanging out. Whitewater rafting and permanently rub my leg hair off on the side? What? Whoa. Any tips for a solo male from Europe visiting downtown Detroit Ford Field? That's a great question. Eastern Market, I think, is a must, particularly on game day or just on the weekends in general. It's a very fun area. A lot of good food. I don't know. I feel like there are better people to ask about downtown Detroit. I'm still kind of getting to know downtown Detroit again. Sweetwater Tavern does have the best wings in town. All right, Lions trying to run out the clock on offense here. 2:50 left. They'll pick up 3 here from David Montgomery on first down. I think I got to focus on the game now, guys. It's gotten serious. I've enjoyed the talk. But we got to get down to brass tacks here. Cowboys have all 3 timeouts. They're choosing not to use them yet. The Lions are going to run this one down inside 2:20 left. Goff in the shotgun with Montgomery to his left. Letting that play clock run all the way down. It's going to send Tim Patrick in motion. Take the snap. Quick throw to who else? Jamison Williams picks up the first down, breaks a tackle, gets down to the 42-yard line, and moves those chains as the Lions get to the 2-minute warning. Game not over yet. Mind you, the Cowboys still have all 3 timeouts, but that's a big play to flip field position, and now one more first down will do it. Famous says Tin Roof, Detroit Burger Bar, Elwood's are all great places to visit. That's right, Roofy. Did you guys see? So someone showed me a clip of basketball announcers yesterday where one was getting fed up with the other, and then I don't know if it was real or not, but doxed him on air. He's like, oh, he literally said the guy's address, and it's like, that's where your Florida resort is, isn't it? Did anyone else see that clip? Or am I crazy? Was it Sam Mitchell? Yeah. And I don't know if it was real or not. Like, I don't know if that was actually his address. But it was crazy. There's 2 clips. There's one of them, like, bickering in studio. And then, presumably, like, minutes later, they're talking about the game that's actually happening. And he's like, gives him his address. It's crazy. Meanwhile, 2 ineffective runs from the Lions, 2 timeouts from Dallas, and suddenly this game has gotten very serious. This is a ginormous 3rd and 11. The Lions convert, this game is over. They don't convert. Dallas is going to have an opportunity to push this game into overtime, or maybe even win it in regulation. Goff going to send J-Mo in motion. Shotgun snap, looking back to pass, looking, throws it over the middle of the field. Finds an open receiver! Sam Laporte all the way down to the Cowboys' 35-yard line, and that will do it! The Cowboys will call their final timeout, but $1:48 left, no more timeouts. It'll just take 3 kneel downs, and this game is over! What a game. What a game from the Lions offense in general. Jared Goff with another huge performance, 300+ yards. Jamison Williams, big catch after big catch. The running game looked good. Defense a little up and down, but you'll take it. You'll take a road win in this league. You'll take it against an NFC contender, I should say. And the Lions, the virtual Lions now move to 2-4. Theoretically speaking, no, 2-3. If we were just to pick up reality from where it's at, then they would be 4-1. Now, they didn't cover it to push. That is true. Oh, they're going to... Not sure why they just punished David Montgomery to run the ball and lose some yards. You're hurting his overall stats. What are you doing? Just take a knee. This is why you have a quarterback. He sacrifices 2 yards at a time for victory formation. But anyways, the Lions will enter victory formation, take a knee, and that's it. Teams will meet out in the middle of the field. Say job well done. Job better done by your virtual Detroit Lions, which hopefully doesn't continue the trend of the winner of the Madden Sim equals the loser in real life. Lions are going to hurry to the line just so they can watch. This is where you throw Dan Skipper out there and throw him a pass. That's your ball game. 31, your Detroit Lions. 28 for for the other team's Dallas Cowboys. Before we get out of here, let's look at some stats. Because, man, that was an offensive juggernaut game if I've ever seen it. Jared Goff, 383 yards, 88 completion percentage. Is that a perfect passer rating? No, he only had one touchdown. It couldn't be. Oh, it's right there. 132.1. Interesting that Dak Prescott actually had a higher passer rating despite a lower completion percentage and fewer yards. That's because he had 4 touchdowns, but he did have 1 interception. Interesting. Montgomery, stats don't show as good of a game as it felt like he had. 49 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, though. 4 broken tackles, 22 yards after contact. Decent day for him. But this is where it really happened. J-Mo, a $183 and 1 touchdown. And honestly, you'll take that with CeeDee Lamb. 83 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Tolbert was a little bit more of a problem in this game. And so was Ferguson. They really spread the ball out, where the Lions, it was just like, feed J-Mo. Amon-Ra gets 66. Montgomery had the long 37-yard catch. Laporta, quiet day, but comes up with the game-sealing play. Let's look at some defensive stats. Hutchinson and Pascal get sacks for the Lions. So does Anzalone. Dallas gets a couple sacks on the day, 3 as well. The lone interception comes from Jack Campbell, excuse me. And not a lot of tackles for loss for the Lions in this game. All right, let's hand out some channel points before we go. Congratulations to those of you who picked the Lions, who not only, I think you have more than doubled up. My condolences to those of you who were traders and decided to pick the Cowboys. J-Mo's very unphotogenic. Was his photo bad? Oh, this is weird. Very unphotogenic. Stop. Mute. Thank you. He's actually got a very good smile. I would say J-Mo's got one of the better smiles on the team. So, whoever took his photo screwed up. Come on. My computer's running very slow. Prediction. There we go. What are we doing here? Are we doing anything? Prediction. There we go. Okay, choose outcome. Lions win. Boom. Congratulations. Channel points have been doled back out. All right, let's just get out of Madden. That's what's slowing everything down. We only picked the Cowboys because we know that Madden is bad. I mean, it's fair. That's the best I've seen the Lions play in a Madden sim in a very long time. All right, let's go full cam. All right. Let me run down the schedule coming up. I think the plan is to go live after the game tomorrow. So we'll record the POD cast probably around 8 o'clock tomorrow, maybe a little bit later, 8:30, so that we can get through all of the post-game stuff on the website that we need to. Don't worry, Sunday Night Football is not very good. It's like Giants, someone, I don't know. Giants and some AFC team. You don't need to care about it. So just hang out with us during Sunday Night Football. We'll be talking the Lions game, breaking it down. Bengals, that's right. Bengals are going to crush them. It's fine. So we'll be live then. Midweek mailbag, assuming the Lions are back on a regular schedule, will probably be Tuesday afternoon. And then everything will be kind of back in normal. If you haven't, we've been working without Chris this week as he celebrates his birthday with family. So there is a preview podcast, a per-view podcast that went up this morning. We were able to get a midweek mailbag out on the feed as well. Chris was nice enough to edit the POD cast. So all those should be on the feed for this week if you missed out on any episodes now. Check those out. But yeah, he'll be back in the saddle tomorrow. We've already confirmed with that. So we'll be back tomorrow night. You'll see me in not that long. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Go frickin' Tigers. Do we want to raid somebody? Is there anybody worth raiding out there? We haven't raided in a little bit. Is that true? Nah, we raided last time we were live. I lied. None of our close friends are live. Why would anyone jump out of a perfectly good airplane? Come on. Live a little bit. Yeah, we'll pass on raids. Raid your Tigers. Yeah, if there was some sort of like Tigers Twitch stream right now, I would absolutely raid them. You guys just hang out there for an hour before the game starts. But alas, I don't think our friends at Bless You Boys have a Twitch stream. So we're going to call things there. We'll see you guys tomorrow after the Lions game. Go Tigers. Go Lions. Go Loins. See you guys soon.